Hi everyone, it's Justine here from House of Mahalo. Thanks so much for joining me. So today we're going to be doing a fun little small project. So these are for my Edith Holden altered file folders. So what it is it's a little trifold writing spot. So nothing fancy, just a little make, but they look super cute. So we open up. We've got writing space here as well as some of the decoration from the front. We've got more writing space here, a little bit of embellishments, and then we've got two little pockets here. They're only small, so you can't really fit too much in them, just like little bits. So I've got a couple of little tags here in the front one, and a couple of bigger tags in the back just there. And then I've also added a writing spot to the very back of the whole piece. So yeah, essentially you get sort of a few different writing spots. And excepting the bow, they are relatively thin. So there you are. Because essentially all we're using is a bit of book page and a bit of paper. So nothing, yeah. It's just the bow that adds a little bit of bulk, but you don't have to do the bow on the front if you don't want to. I just thought it looked looked kind of pretty on there. So this is what we're going to make today, just a couple of these. So I'm doing mine in the Edith Holden theme, but of course there's no reason why you couldn't take this idea and change it up to suit you. You would just use whatever book page you want to use. So the base of it, as you might have guessed, is just simply a book page. So all I've done is folded in one side. So there's a slight gap, but I haven't measured it or anything. I just folded it until I was happy. And then I folded the other side in to get our little flap at the front. And it's just, yeah, as simple as that, really. So I've done a couple. And this is obviously just using some of the Edith Holden text, which is a little bit, this is from the Nature Notes book, so it's just, it's not her handwriting, it's just normal text. So I kind of don't mind covering that up so much. So the first things that we want to do is grab some paper. So if you've seen my Sort It Out Saturday series, then you'll know I have got a room full of paper. And one of the things is the ends of books, so like fly sheets or plain pieces of paper that come out of, you know, the backs of dictionaries and things like that. So I've just got a whole bunch here in nice vintage tones. And I'm going to start by tearing them down to size to fit each of the different places where I'm having the writing spots. So yeah, a nice simple project. So I will skip through parts of the video because you don't really need to see me do all of this. But as you can see, all I'm doing is using my ruler to tear my papers, and I'm leaving a slight border, not for any other reason than just I like how it looks, really. I kind of went a little bit in on that one. Just take that little slither off because typically I moved it. There. Okay, and then last bit up here, just make a little mark as to where I'm gonna take this bit off. So yeah, just a nice simple project, but gives you lots of writing space. And although I'm making mine for the Edith Holden file folders, because they're nice and thin, again excepting the bow at the front, you could make these for any kind of journal. So just adding a little bit of ink just to help that stand off the page, and then we're just going to simply glue that down. And to glue it, I'm only using my glue stick. That's all I'm using. Nothing special. So just get a good layer of glue, because we can always go into the edges with some tacky glue if we see little pieces popping up. But really for this type of a thing, it's just paper on paper. It's just a little piece in our journals. So I think glue stick is perfectly fine. And where possible, I'm just trying to cover up the words. And as we can see, we get just this nice little cream border. And I'm not being particularly neat about it. You know, if it's not exactly perfect, I really don't mind. So we're just going to simply add 2 writing spots to this, the 2 sides on the middle, and also here, in exactly the same way. So I will probably, to save you having to watch me do this the whole way, I will probably just pause the video here, get both of the pieces matted, and then we'll be on to the fun part. Okay, so once we've got our writing spots all down now, so now it's a case of us doing some extra embellishing. So to start with, we're going to use some of our scraps of book page to decorate the front. So I'm just going to tear these off. So it's a great way to use up, you know, all these little bits that we get from, you know, using the images and cutting things down and what have you. So let's take that to there. So just like the writing spots, I'm giving everything a slight matte. Just because I like it, but you know, you do what you prefer. And that way we can have some of the pretty cream paper that her book uses. So I hope the lighting's not too bad. I'm actually filming in the evening, which I don't usually do. But I had a free evening and I felt like showing you this. So I thought I would give it a whirl, and you know, if it turns out that the lighting's not great, then I won't do that again. But I thought I would just give it a go. Outside my window is absolutely gorgeous. Like the sun is just setting now. So I think it's about 9:30. And the sky has gone just an absolutely beautiful, like golden cream kind of colour, very gold. So not your usual sunset, I guess, but still nonetheless gorgeous. Okay, so I'm going to use Collal for these because the paper is a bit thicker. I was using the glue stick before because the Collal, I found, if I'm using a really thin vintage paper, I found that because the Collal is quite a wet glue, it can have a tendency to seep through your paper. But with the Edith Holden paper itself, it's nice and thick, so I don't need to worry about such things with that one. And as you can see, I'm not being particularly precocious, I don't know if that's even the right word, but I'm not being overly fussy about how good my mattes are, because I kind of like the quirky edges, you know, that it's not quite so uniform. I think that's one of the things I really got attracted to in junk journals, is that things don't need to be perfect. And although I am still a perfectionist, I am actually really starting to like the quirky handmade kind of a look more and more. So yeah, it's very freeing. So if, to all my fellow perfectionists out there, give yourself that permission to accept that things are not straight, they're a bit wonky, but it's all part of the lovely charm. So we've got that down. Whilst I've got everything and it's flat, I want to go in with some stenciling over the writing spots. And that's the only reason that I was doing that was because we're only using cream paper, I felt like without it, it was quite, yeah, just quite bare. Even with embellishments and things, it did feel quite bare. So, and then once I found that I added the stenciling, it really did make quite a big difference actually. So I thought, well, let's might as well. And it's only a light stenciling, so it doesn't take away from the writing space. It just gives a little bit more interest, really. Okay, that's that. Okay, so that's the stenciling done. So as I say, I'm just going to grab some fussy cuts out, so I'll be right back. Okay, so before we get to embellishing, I'm going to put the holes in for my eyelets. There we go, just so that I can then work around it, kind of thing. So let's do the holes. So I'm just going somewhere vaguely middle-ish. Again, I'm not so worried if it's not exact. Okay, so that's those two. And I'm going to use just some brass eyelets, I think. This is completely optional, don't feel like you have to do eyelets or whatnot. You could just tie a bow. Sorry, my crocodile is playing up on me lately. There we go. Yeah, what I was saying, yeah, don't feel like you have to do an eyelet. It would look just as nice with just with the string or ribbon or seam binding or whatever it is you're using, just simply tied around it with a bow. Don't feel like you have to do the eyelets. So that's that. As I say, I've just put the hole in straight away because it allows me then to see sort of what room I have to play with embellishments, that's all. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is, I think I'm going to go ahead and pop the pockets in. So we've got, we're going to have two pockets each side. So for that, I've been using, when I've been cutting down my tags for Edith Holden, I get a lot of pieces like this, and this is ideal for the type of torn pocket which we're going to be doing. So I've got some which are sort of coloured ones, pictured ones, which I think would look okay torn down and such like. You know, they're kind of abstract, if you get what I mean. And then I've also got some text. Okay, so we're gonna get these pockets in first of all. So I'm thinking this one is quite nice. Basically, I was looking for images which are abstract enough that when you turn them on their side, it you know, they look okay. So I think that one counts. I'm just taking off any oddness. Okay, I love these torn pockets. They're so much fun to do, so easy, and yeah, they just look really interesting. Okay, and then we're going to do the text one as well. So let's, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this so that it's the same size as the front pocket, and just making a dent in the page as to where I need to go to on this one. something like that, I think. Let's try that. Okay, so just going to maneuver that down slightly so that they look good. I think something like that. Yep. So let's get these inked up then. As I say, they're only little pockets, so just for some little tags or tickets or just little bits and bobs, nothing huge. But you know, considering this is primarily a writing spot, I think the fact that we can get these pockets in, or tucks, is a nice bonus, really. Okay, so we're going to glue 2 sides. There we go. I've had my glue upside down because it was yeah, it was not behaving earlier. Of course, now typically it wants to come out really fast. Oh, dear me. Okay. Ah dear, glue avalanche. As I say, it was just absolutely refusing to come out earlier, so I turned it upside down and then it just comes absolutely gushing out. Probably because I'm used to having to squeeze so hard, so I'll be careful, I'll be gentle. There we go. As I say, they're only torn pockets, so no matter about being perfect and whatnot. There we are. So we've got those 2 little tuck spots pockets things. Okay, so that's those. So I'm just going to leave those to dry a second whilst we get the other one done. Okay, so I think we'll go with some green. Or, oh, that looks nice, doesn't it? We've got some pink there. It'll be quite a deep pocket if we follow this sort of line. So we could maybe have the text down here instead. Okay, so let's see what we get here. So we can have a nice quite deep pocket there if we do that. So yeah, maybe we'll do that then. Just make that edge a little bit nicer. Not such a steep drop, she says. I suppose we can always hide that with the pocket that we're going to put on the top, maybe. Okay, so let's pop that there. So we want some book page. Is that going to be enough? Let's try that. Don't want to lose too much of the honeysuckle, really, but it's just, let's see about giving this a bit of a nicer edge. It's quite a steep dropping one, but I don't think that's a problem. As much as I try, I am still a perfectionist. Well, although I definitely am getting better. I'm miles better than I ever used to be, that's for sure. So it could be something like that, although I could go the other way, but no, that looks a bit, I'm just looking at the text, it looks a bit, this page is a little bit white and large, but we could always put something on there, like a big butterfly or something. So we're just going to go for it. Okay, where's my, here it is. Right, it's upside down, so let's be careful. There we go. Do I ink that? No, I haven't inked that one. Well, the sun has completely set now. The sky has just been the absolute most gorgeous shade of bright orange. So we had the gold colour earlier, and then it went really, really, really just deep orange. Considering we've had rain today, it's been a gorgeous sunset. It really has. Okay, so that's the pockets done. I've lost my lid. Okay, I have lost the... Yeah, alright, well I don't know where that's gone. That'll turn up, I'm sure. Right, so what is the next bit? Let's get some of the embellishments done on the front. So we've already done the book page there. Just need training down a little bit. So I have got this nice tall one, which I might have on there. And then I've got another tall one as well here. I might bring that down a bit maybe, because we've got this nice tall one which needs more space actually, so that one will go on there. Is that the right way? I think it's supposed to be that way. Nope, that's the right way, Justine. So we'll have that one on there, and then this one will be on there. I think those would look nice. So let's just get those inked up quickly. Oops. And then we'll get some more flowers inside, and then we'll be adding labels and numbers and fun things like that. Sorry if my voice has gone a little bit quieter, it's just with it getting later now, I don't want to keep one apers up. Aha, I found the lid. Okay, so we had them this way, didn't we? Yeah, so let's get this one done first. Yeah. So yeah, having the glue upside down really did help, but now that it's down there, I need to remember not to squeeze so hard. Obviously you just get used to squeezing and squeezing the glue, so when you don't need to anymore, it's very easy to just, you know, be in a habit of doing it. Alrighty, so I think that will be about there, would be nice. Just got a bit of extra ink. And you can still write around it, look. And I wasn't so worried about, you know, I was using thin, like actual vintage paper, so it's quite thin. And So the Edith Holden book page underneath does shine through a little bit, but I'm okay with that personally. Okay, there we are. And I've already inked this one, haven't I? So let's get this one down. As I say, they do turn out quite thin, these trifolds, depending on how you do them, of course, but in this particular case they're quite thin, so they will suit lots of journals. Okay. I think I'll pop that there, and I'm gonna cut the bottom off. I don't think I want all of that leaf detail. It's my cut that there, and yeah, I think I'll just cut that one off, I think. Probably could have done with coming down a little bit, but just suddenly thought it was a little bit too leafy. There we are. So that's those two. So on the inside we want to cover up where we've got the page numbers. So for that I was just simply using some more fussy cuts, long ones that can you know, go up that part of the page whilst being out of the way of the eyelet as well. And then I'm hoping this one will be tall enough to cover it. I think it is, just about, if we position it right. Yeah, so let's get those inked up as well. This one's just torn from the book. I haven't actually fussy cut it out, I fussy torn it out. If they're really intricate pieces, then sometimes I'll do that, and to me it looks just fine, but that look might not suit everyone, but I don't mind it. Works just fine for me. Okay, and find my glue. There we are. It's because I've got a lot of scraps next to me, because obviously we're using a lot of scraps in this project, so I keep losing my stuff in amongst it all. I don't know if you can see, I think you can see a little bit to the side of me. Starting to clog up again. Funnily enough, this one over here looks like I've torn the piece around the eyelet, but I really haven't. It was just, that's how it was. So that worked out quite nicely, didn't it? Okay, right. Hopefully this will come out, if not I'll have to unclog it. There we go. Ooh. There we are. Just some careful positioning to hide the page number. I realise I haven't stenciled on these parts. On this little flappy bit. I'll do that later. Oops. Okay, so that's that. Yeah, looking nice. Okay, let's just, scraps attacking me, let's just clear a bit of space. There we go. Okay, So I want to get some page numbers on, and I'm also going to get some labels. So I'm just going to pull out what I think will work for these. Okay, here we are. Hopefully you can, I think you can see both pieces open in front of me, can't you? Okay, so I've got this little specimen label for the left hand one, so we'll just pop that in. I just liked the I like the circle in this little crux just here. Look. And then for this one, I've just got a date label, really because it was nice and diddy, just to go down there, and it brings in some of the vintage side of things. Down there, nice and small. And then what I like to do is come in with some of the page numbers just in the corners in places, just because I think it does add a bit of interest. Before I do that though, I'm going to pop something here, probably a butterfly. Let me just see if I've got one. It's quite a big space, so I think I've got this great big butterfly, but it might be too big. Oops. I've got a yellow one as well. Let's just have a look at that. My little tub of Edith Holden fussy cut stuff, but could do with a bigger tub really. Okay. Let's see. Quite like the yellow mirrored there maybe. But I feel like this, with that one, would want another label, and I don't think I really want to add another label. So I might go with that great big one. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Got a few air pockets in my glue again. I think it's just I'm coming to the end of it. Okay, just pop that just there. Am I still in screen? Yeah, you can just about see that one, can't you? Oops. Okay, looking good. All right, let's have a look at these page numbers then. So I want to have, I like to have a page number on here if there's room. Might not be room. There was room on the first one I did, but these are slightly bigger fussy cuts, so let's have a little look at a smaller number. Oh yes, I just think it adds a little bit of interest, more than just the flower. So we'll get that one on. Again, I've just torn them out of the book. Okay, do we have another tiny one? To see what size this would be. always, no, I don't like it down the bottom. Alright, that one I won't bother. So moving on inside. I think I would like one on here. Yeah, sorry if I'm a bit quiet, I'm just trying to be quiet for our neighbours, because it's very dark now. Okay, but we're on sort of on the last bits now, so I just figure keep going. There we are. Oh. As I say, just that glue. Okay, that's that one. Okay, so the question is, are we going to have anything on here like we did there? Don't really want another label, but we could have a word. And so we want to have a little think about a number for here or there. I think we'll go there. I'm not worried that the numbers are not in order or anything. They're not really. They're just there for a bit of interest. So just bring in some more Edith Holden. You could do them in number order and have them as like page numbers type of a thing, but that's that one. And on this one, now this one we've got quite a bit more blank space up here. The trouble is that we've used a butterfly down there. So I just want to see what it would look like with the stenciling, just as sometimes that can make a difference. Okay, and whilst I've got it out, I'll just do this one as well. Okay. I feel like we want another fussy cut for along there. Okay, so I've decided to go for this field notes label. I didn't have any fussy cuts that quite looked right, so I've gone for this. It does take up a bit of the space. And then because we can, we're gonna add another butterfly just to finish it off. Okay, so we're gonna put that there. Okay, and then I'm going to add this little butterfly. It's a similar colour to the one on that side of the page, so I feel like it will balance that off and take up some of this space, this blank space just here. Like that ish. There we are. Okay, so I think that one's good. And then I was just having a look at this one. I've got the numbers stuck down. And yeah, I kind of feel like I want to add a butterfly to this one now. And of course the yellow is mirrored again. And then this little word, I think, is what we're going to go for. I didn't put as much decoration on the first one that I did, but yeah, typically once I do something once, that's it. You know, I put a butterfly on this one over here, and well, it's one of those things. Then I felt like everything else was not as embellished, shall we say. Okay, so we've done all of the stenciling. I'm happy with those decorations, embellishments. Got that piece on there. So now it's just a case of sorting out the lace and the little closure. So let's get the lace on first, so I can finally put away the tacky glue, and hopefully the beacon will play ball a bit better today. Okay, now I've got a space on this one, so I just want to check. Oh yeah, that's fine. I thought maybe I'd want to use a wider lace, but it looks just fine. Okay, so just pop that along the edge, just finishes it off. I think gives it an extra pretty vibe, which I do like for Edith Holden. Slipped a bit. And same again on this one. Yep. I was a little bit skimpy with the glue that time. Okay, there we are. Very pretty. Alright, so now we just need something for the closures. Okay, so I managed to find some more seam binding. So I'm just going to slip that through here. Get that one out of the way a second. Could even do it as this way round and have it be like a little envelope. That would look sweet as well. Really sweet. Okay, probably cut those down just a little bit. They're a bit long. There we are. That's that one. And then this one, I didn't have any more seam binding. So I've got some ribbon. Okay, and I'm just going to try not to waste too much of this. There we are. This one I'll need to lighter it in the morning. Just come at the ends of the ribbon with a lighter very, very carefully, and that just stops the ends from fraying. So I'll have to do that on that one. And there we are. That's those finished, I think. So we've made two together. So we've got two purple and one pink. And as a reminder then, so we open this out. And we've got a bit of decoration. Writing spot, pocket. You can technically write there as well, and some writing space on the back. So yeah, I'm really happy with those. I don't know about this. I've got text showing there. I may put something down there. I might just leave it because it's quite nice wordage, really. So yeah, I hope you like them. So these are the Edith Holden Trifold writing spots with bonus pockets and tuck spots inside. So yeah, I hope you feel inspired to try these out. I'd love to hear if you want to give them a go. Of course, don't feel like you have to do the Edith Holden theme. Whatever book page that you've got that you like would work just fine. Obviously this is nice where we have her handwriting and everything, but you know, don't feel like you would have to go for that. You could just go with you know, some beautiful music sheet or some nice text in a book, in another book, and then just decorate them up how you like, botanicals or vintage or whatever kind of theme you want to go for, really. The you know, the world's your oyster. And of course, if you want to change up what the pockets look like inside, then you could do that. You could add more pockets, change up the pockets, do tuck spots, do all kinds of different things. So anyway, I'll leave it there for now. Hopefully this video wasn't too long, and I'll see you on the next video, hopefully. Bye bye for now.